Hi, welcome to Von Sportsplex 2 League. Today we're going to be having JC United B team face the Woodbridge FC players. As you can see on the left, that's the captain Jermaine Brown, and on the right you have the captain of Woodbridge FC, Jan Marco. On the middle, that's the ref Jerry. So today's lineup is going to be it's a very great lineup. As you can see, the players on the JC United B team. Starting from Jermaine, David, Fernand, Sheena, Wayne, Neo, Chris, and then going on Moyo and every other person. They have Gianmarco and his teammates. The good thing about this lineup is you're gonna see a lot of different styles of play as we go through the Woodbridge FC players. The Woodbridge FC players are very young players that love the sport a lot. They are captained by one of the great captains, Gianmarco, as you can see him right there. And then we're gonna see Jerry. So Jerry is gonna be the referee of the game today. And that's Jermaine, the captain of the JC United B team. David, the goalie of the JC United B team. You have Fernand, and then you have Sheena. You have Wayne, and you do have Neo, Chris, and then you do have Moyo, and then you have Jonathan, then you have Roger, and then you have Dante, and then you have Usman. So as you can see, both lineups do come with young players as well, couple young, couple old players. So right now you can see the Woodbridge FC players are trying to have some certain shots at goal. They do play a certain type of gameplay where they love shooting the ball. Some of them on the team, so they always try and have as much cracks on the goalpost as they can. As you can see, they are trying to hold the possession right now, just to make sure it's more efficient for them, as Jermaine tries to take out the striker. Fernand right now is with the ball. So right now, I believe what JC United B team is trying to do is to try and put some goals on the net. As you can see, Roger and Fernand deliberating on who to take the shot. Fernand misses the post. It goes out for a kick-in. So right now, the Woodbridge FC players are going to put the ball into play. As you can see, Sheena kicks the ball to Fernand. JC United B team, they love possession game as well as trying to have some shots at the goal. Unfortunately, that doesn't show up for their team right now. So right now you have number 8 with the ball. He passes it through. They're trying to open up the side. As you can see, unfortunately, they lost the ball while trying to push it up. David, the goalkeeper of JC United B, puts the game into play even as Neo brings it up. He passes it to Sheena. Okay, number 17 is trying to make sure he has a good physical presence against the defenders, trying to make sure that the ball doesn't go up towards their side of the field. As you can see, they forced the error against JC United B team. The keeper unfortunately put it through to Sheena, but Sheena right now is going to take advantage of the mistake by the goalie. Even as he passes it to Fernand, and Fernand has another shot again on the post. But the Woodbridge FC players had a touch on it, so it's going to be a corner kick favoring JC United B team. So even as Rogers tries to put it in towards the middle, unfortunately it doesn't fall through to JC United B. So right now number 27 is trying to pressure the JC United B team to force an error, but Neo happens to get away from the play as Fernand brings the ball towards to Jermaine, the captain of the team, and he has a shot. It goes way wide from the goalpost. So right now again, Woodbridge FC tries as much as possible to use their center midfielder, who always has a great shot at the post a couple of times. They always try and use him in the play each game. That doesn't fall through for them in this instance, as he does that lovely move against JC United B team. But again, Fernand has a good physical presence against a couple of the teams, so he tries as much as possible not to give up on plays. So as you can see, he was able to get that ball away from number 8. But then he has to retract back. As you can see, Woodbridge FC has a tendency of trying to force errors from most of the teams they play against. As you can see, the high pressure they're trying to go through right now. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the matchup between JC United B team and Woodbridge FC, or FC Woodbridge. So basically, when Ashina does that lovely move and passes it on to Rogers, and Fernand just hits a wonderful goal. That's a beautiful goal from Fernand. As I was saying before, that goal went in. So this is the recreational league for the Vons Prospects 2 League. We're in the fall 2015 season. We do give out cash prizes in this league as well. The winner of the regular season in this league gets $300 cash prize, and the winner of the playoffs, first place, also gets $300 cash prize. So we always make it fun. We try to make sure that the teams have a lot of fun each time they're on the field, because we can't create those opportunities for teams who don't want to play competitive in our competitive league to also play in the recreational league, as well as get some cash prize at the end. So it's a fun league, and a lot of the guys have fun, and they finish outside the game, and they feel refreshed. It's a good workout for most of the guys who just want to play recreationally. And it's a good kind of stepping stone for those who want to learn the game a little bit more efficiently and be better, and just get an opportunity to play the game and get better at the game. Right. So right now, as you can see again, the keeper tries as much as possible to use their center midfielder, number 8. Even as that ball did not fall to them. Okay, so right now it's more of a high pressure game that most of these teams are trying to go through right now. Even as number 8 tries to put the ball in, as you can see, Wayne is trying to disrupt the movement of the kicking. So right now we have Moyo with the ball. Sheena is trying to dash it up to Moyo, and then Wayne shoots, but unfortunately it doesn't fall for him, as number 17 from the Woodbridge teams tries to be physical against the defenders, and JC United tries to move the ball quickly, as Jonathan does a great move, and unfortunately it doesn't fall through back for the quick 1-2 passes that he intended it to be. Sheena has a very physical presence in the midfield for JC United B team. He brings in that physical presence, as well as he creates plays. He makes plays for his team members. So that was Moyo doing a little bit of the Thierry Henry fake pass, which worked for him. That's a perfect move when you're trying to get the opponent not guessing where you're gonna pass it to. So as you can see with the JC United B team, they use a lot of their defenders to push up forward. So as you can see, once the defender pushes up, the midfielder kind of drops back to the position of the defense, which is a good strategy coming from the captain. As you can see, Jonathan moving up, and then Sheena had to drop back, and now Jonathan is back to his defensive position. It's more efficient if you have a very good center defender in the pitch. Someone like Moyo who can easily hold the game together while you have one defender up top. in the play. So right now David is putting the game into play as Jonathan tries to move the game up in the pitch, and China has a great shot in the post. That was a good save by the goalkeeper. Right now you can see Jonathan moving up top to try and create space. Sheena has a shot, but unfortunately it goes wild. So, this recreational league, even though it's not, the most competitive league we have in here, it does become a little bit more competitive as time goes on, because a lot of the players improve in terms of skill, in terms of style of play, as the season goes on. Um, Creating a very open way for these teams to gain ground as the season progresses, and and to move up in the divisions as the time goes on. So majority of these players might not have gotten the best start of the season, but as time goes on, they become more efficient, and and they gain more ground and more knowledge on styles that their teams could play in order to be more efficient in each game in the recreational league. So it's always fun seeing dedicated players coming to play the game, and seeing most of them with very great skills. Even the ones with not the best skills, they still perform greatly depending on what their team needs them to do. If it's passing or shooting or just playing defense, you always find a couple players who are just great at what they do, and regardless of it being a recreational league or a Premier League, or it's to them it's all about the team play, which benefits the team a lot, and which makes the league even more fun. Even as they even win the cash prize, it's also an added plus for you to aid your team in winning a cash prize and getting paid for playing the game you love. So as you can see, Chris is trying to put that ball into play as he passes it on to Sheena. Sheena he's a creative player. He makes plays. He dribbles. He shoots. So he's an all-in-all player that is going to benefit your team in the midfield, and as a striking force as well when needed. And as you can see, he already dropped back to a defensive position. As you can see, he's very aware of the games around him, of the plays that teams make. So he brings in that creative presence to a team. So as you can see, Jonathan is doing the high defense line, trying to create opportunities for Chris, the striker, for Wayne, the striker. But unfortunately, he misplaces the ball. But you have Usman back in the defense line, trying to create an opportunity. So as you can see, Dante just entered the game. Dante is a young guy who is trying to learn the sport. That's what the recreational league presents to a bunch of teams. A presence where younger players, who can't play yet in the Premier Division, which is a more competitive Division One division. It creates an opportunity for them to to have a presence where they could learn the game a little bit more efficiently, and like you see him with the controlling the ball right now. He builds up their confidence, and it helps them even as a young player. It helps them, it helps them gain momentum for their soccer career in the future if they tend to move towards that route. So as you can see, David just captures the ball right now. JC United B, they're a very high scoring team. Usman is with the ball right now. Usman loses it. So JC United B is a very high scoring team. They just love putting the goals at the net. They enjoy that. Their captain Jermaine always tries his best to inform them what's very beneficial to do in terms of them play more efficient. As you can see on the sideline, as he directs his teammates, it's encouraging to see majority players improved throughout the years because of the JC United program that they run. Having soccer players all around the country come to play in a couple of their teams, just to give them the exposure in terms of you know learning the play or being more sports comprehensive, like understanding more of what you're supposed to do in certain scenarios. So as you can see, it's a corner kick from for belonging to Woodbridge. Again, these guys they play to the end. They have fun, so it's fun watching these two teams play. They go at it, until the end. Um, they believe in team chemistry, teamwork. So even though they might have some bad games or some good games, they just play to the end. They play together until that whistle blows at second half. They keep grinding. They keep playing. So it's always great to watch teams like that. Even as Roger misses an open opportunity for JC United B team. Um, a lot of chances gets missed in most of these games. For most of the recreational teams, that cost them a couple of games. But it's a learning process. Most of them, this is their first time playing together in the league, so it takes a while to get adjusted to the league or to the team players. So a lot of opportunities get missed. As we see Roger right now with the ball, and Jonathan moves forward to try and create that attacking force from defense. Every team that has a defender that can move up is always a good thing, because it basically creates that extra offense line for the team. As you can see, Jermaine is with the ball. He's captain of the JC United B team. As he tries to delegate the teammates, assign them to the right position while on the field to make sure that the players are efficient in their roles, and they play pertaining to what the game plan is, especially having young players on the team. It does help to delegate your players, as well as lead them towards the right way in order to be better and to be more efficient, and to win the game. So that's a corner kick right now from Woodbridge FC. As you can see, the lovely move from number 8. Unfortunately, the striker couldn't finish the goal. So most of these guys do come with various skill set that is always beneficial for their team. It's always fun watching different players and their roles in the team. As you can see, Dante just passes the ball to Jermaine. Unfortunately, Jermaine lost it, but number 8 is pretty good at his skills. So I'm sure JC United B is aware that he could easily take shots at them at the goal, and
How old is he? How old is he?
Do some nice footwork against them.
He looks younger than that. Huh? He looks like
And so
13
right now, as we approach the end of the second half, Jermaine just okay. So that's a foul on FC Woodbridge. Against JC United for FC Woodbridge. You can see how a lot of the chemistry builds as time goes on for FC Woodbridge. The goalie has really helped with a lot of saves. But FC Woodbridge has had a lot of shots at JC United B. So it's fun seeing how dedicated they are while losing a couple goals to actually make sure that they still try and create a great presence on the team. As you can see, that's a free kick against JC United. So normally with the rule in the Advanced Prospects 2 League is once there's a free kick towards the post, there has to be one touch first before the teammates could have a shot at the goal post. So that's Jermaine with the ball. Jermaine gives it to Fernand. Okay, so Fernand has a physical presence for his team. He helps them in terms of the defense as well as in terms of the offense. He has a good shot, so teams are always aware of that. As you can see, he scores that goal, so that's a great goal from Fernand. That's a beautiful shot. So as you can see, he's very efficient in them. So we should look forward to a good matchup even as the game progresses today. What JC United B team, I believe, are trying to do is they're trying to break down the offense of the FC Woodbridge. So this is the end of today's game. Thanks for watching.